Dogecoin came down and hit my first target sitting at 15090. We were also looking at this channel pattern. We had resistance, resistance, support, support. I was going to say resistance over here too, but it didn't really touch the line right there. But we were looking at this resistance and this support. It was basically a channel pattern, and we were waiting for a breakout to the upside or to the downside. And we actually have a bigger one that we were looking at as well. Resistance, resistance, support, support, support. But basically in the smaller time frame, I was looking at this smaller channel, and we broke that going to the downside. I was targeting from the top to the bottom like this, dragging this to the breakout, giving me a target of approximately, what is that, 0.14985. And we basically came down to that level. We actually went a little bit lower. We went all the way down to 0.14882. I was targeting this level 0.15090 because the Fibonacci retracement levels. If you get a Fibonacci retracement tool, and we're basically looking at this little trend right here. We drag from the bottom right here to the top right there, and that gives us that level. So we drag from the bottom to the top, and then I'm watching the 38% level sitting at 0.15041 approximately, and then the 50% level sitting at 0.14465 approximately. I know this isn't drawn out perfect because it's a little bit different than the lines I have. Right here, the orange lines I'm actually looking at are 0.15088 at the 38% level, and then the 50% level I have is 0.14515. And then I'm also looking at the bigger Fibonacci retracement levels, 0.13902. And then, like I was saying in my last video, I've been watching, if we break this one right here, this 0.15635, which is the 50% Fibonacci retracement, if we go back basically the bottom from this trend to the top of this trend, I'm looking at that 50% level and the 61% level. So we just broke the 50%. We're heading down. I think the next possible spot could be the 61% level at 0.13902. I'd been watching that 14-cent level when we started trending down. I started taking profits, and then this was also another indication that we could be coming back to these levels possibly. I'd be more confident once we, like I said in my past couple videos, once we break this line, then I'll start getting more confident on these targets. And if we break that 17 cents, then I'll start getting more confident on this target, or somewhere in between, maybe the Fibonacci retracement, the red line sitting at 0.19478, maybe somewhere around there. So yeah, those are the levels I'd be shooting on the upside. But like I said, or like I was saying in my last video, until we start like getting support and trending up, then I'm gonna be watching these targets going to the downside. I'm on the 1 hour time frame, and it looks pretty red, but if we zoom in, I have a bunch of stuff. Let's go ahead and just delete everything so you can see more stuff. Oh yeah, let's delete everything. All right, so on the 1 hour time frame, like I said, we came down to that Fibonacci retracement level, that one on the smaller uptrend, and it looks like we're possibly getting a bounce right there. So let's go ahead into the 5-minute time frame, because this is pretty much the time frame that I've been looking at, just to kind of get a clue. Are we gonna go up and maybe retest this resistance right here? We have resistance, 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 giving me a trend line going like this. And then, let's see if we break that. But what I was thinking is we might just come up, get rejected on that, and continue to go down. But we are getting some support. Sorry, that's what I'm trying to get to. Is we got support right here, giving me this first trend line, and then we have support, giving me another trend line. This actually looks like a rising wedge, which could be bearish, going to the downside. They usually break to the downside, but before I was recording this video, it broke to the upside, and it looked like it was about to start going up, and then it kind of came back down. This is the 5-minute time frame, so by the time you see this, it'll have already kind of done something. So yeah, let's wait and see though. Right now, basically, we're getting support, going up more than getting red candles and getting rejected on this trend line, because that was the other thing I wanted to say, sorry, is we had resistance, and I was watching this trend line going to the downside. We broke that going sideways, which made me think that maybe, or we broke this uptrend, we broke the downtrend right here and basically broke in and out of it, but we're basically going sideways through it, and that could possibly lead to us going up. We're not just getting rejected on it, and at least we have a chance when we go sideways. When we go sideways, we look at the top and then we look at the bottom. Once it breaks the top, then we can get more confident that we're going to start coming up to the next resistance is, or whatever target. We could also drag, I mean, it's a channel pattern. You could drag from the bottom to the top like that, drag this to the breakout. If we go to the upside, it'd be looking at 0.152474. If we go to the downside, we'd be looking at the previous bottoms down here. The target right here would be 0.14896, but you could also look at the previous bottom sitting at 0.14871. I'd be looking at this 0.1451 level, because that's that Fibonacci. This is the 50% Fibonacci retracement level, and that's the one that I really like because it retraces to that level quite a bit. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. And the other thing that I wanted to say is, right now we're basically in a little channel pattern. Like I was saying, we're going sideways. We have resistance, support, watching a top trend line, watching a bottom trend line, and it looked like we were testing. It looks like we're testing to the upside, I guess is what I wanted to say, or what I'm trying to say is, it looks like we're testing the upside. I think we might be coming back up to this level, sitting at around 0.15372. I'm just kind of thinking that, but like I said, it also kind of looks like a rising wedge. So I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. It's a little sketchy right now, but let's see. We hit that first limit order. That's pretty cool because, I mean, I was talking about, possibly going to the downside in this area, or I was possibly thinking about it. And that's where I started taking, actually, no, it was up here. It was up here because it was 5%. I was talking in my last video, or one of my videos, how far down it was to that Fibonacci retracement level, and it was 5.2% from right here is where I took profits. So, just trying to fill, it's basically taking profits is basically like a short. So I'm just trying to fill those shorts, you know what I mean? Hopefully right there, maybe right here, but I'm not sure if we're going to go down that far. It's possible. I like that 50% level, though. I wouldn't be surprised if we bounced right there. And we had to get it. Let's say we did something like that and came. Oh, that's kind of interesting. What if we did like a shoulder, head, shoulder, and then went to the upside? That'd be kind of interesting. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we break to the upside or if we break to the downside. Like I said, I'm still watching these two lines right here. Let me clear this one out. Let me clear that out. I'm still watching that top and this bottom. If we break this going up, then I'm looking at this resistance right here. If we could break that, then I'll start looking at the next resistances. I mean, then we kind of be looking at the Fibonacci retracement and or this top right here sitting at 0.15961. We'll see what happens. We hit the first target, though. I think the second target is still on the table, though. 0.14515. That would be the next, I guess. Okay. Sorry. Let me clarify this. I still think we have a shot of coming down here. That's the next limit order target. But right now, I think we're testing this top, and I think we could be coming up here, which then we would be testing this. And then if we broke through that, then we could go higher, and this would be the place that it would have bounced at. But I do, I'm kind of thinking that it could go a little bit lower. What do you guys think? Do you think we could go lower, or do you think we're about to go back up? Check out the last video right here and see some of the things I was talking about. If you guys like this video, hit that thumbs up button, and I'll see you in the next one.